Good morning. Good morning, friends. How are you doing this fabulous morning? Good to have you here. Thanks so much for being here. Well, it's a beautiful and yet very cold and wintry day here in Dallas, Texas. And if you are joining me live for the first time, thanks for joining me. Grab yourself a mug. Let's sit back and catch up on what's gone on this week. Interesting things, fun things. Share with me what's going on in your world. You can join in here in the comments live and pop in and say hello. Good morning, Miss Mary. How are you doing, my friend? Good to have you here. Thanks so much for joining. Well, it is very cold here in Dallas, Texas. And when I say cold, I'm talking winter advisory. We are preparing for snow, which we never have here in Dallas, Texas. Good morning, Stephanie. How are you, my dear? Good to see you here. Thanks for joining live on YouTube. I love that. Stephanie is out there cheering the crowds on YouTube and getting them going here. So let me share. First of all, if you're catching me live for the very first time, thanks for being here. It's great to have you. You're fun and you're off on a Saturday. That's fantastic, Mary. I'm so glad. Well, if this is the first time, good morning to you too, my sweet friend. So if this is the first time you're catching me live, my name is Ronnie Harden. I'm an editor. I'm a writer. I'm a writing coach for authors who are working on their books. But I love sharing stories on Saturdays. This is a little segment I've been doing on social media now for about 6 years. And this is year 7. May of this year will be 7 years that I've been live streaming in some form or fashion, sharing coffee with friends and telling some great stories and hopefully encouraging you to tell your story. So good morning, everyone. Facebook is letting people know that we are live. Good morning, Hane in Brazil. Good to see you there. Good morning, Teresa, my beautiful friend. Thanks for being here. Good morning. So here is my official mug of the day. You can tell me what your mug of the day is. I don't know if you can see that too well. Let me set the camera. This is my Nashville mug. I just made myself a fresh latte and getting warmed up because it is cold. There is a cold front moving through the country that is bringing some very, unpredictable, frigid temperatures down here, even in the South. We're in Texas. We're not used to snow. We're not used to ice. And we made the national news this week with a 133 car pileup on I-35. That was bizarre and scary. And I happened to be having my follow-up oncology visit that same morning. So if you all are following me on Instagram, you know that I went to my doctor's appointment the day before I had it, just to make sure. Showed up on the wrong day. But when I did go to the doctor's the next morning, it was in the same weather that wreck happened. Now, it was not in the same part of town. That wreck happened on a section of I-35 going into Fort Worth. But the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is a very, very large interconnected area. And so I was heading from my house into downtown Dallas, but the weather was still kind of crazy. So, honey, so the word of the day, mug in Portuguese is xícara. Xícara, that is great. Espresso is brewing. Yes, you are pulling the espresso, Lisa. So glad to see you, my friend. You hope it doesn't snow here. It was a horrible wreck. Yes, it was, Stephanie. It was really crazy. And so we're finding out even now as reports are coming through in the Dallas news, so many people were injured. Hospitals in the area there in Fort Worth were suddenly bombarded with, casualties from this accident. 6 people have lost their lives so far. This happened at a time of the morning when there was shift change happening. So believe it or not, a lot of the people involved in the accident were essential workers. They were healthcare people, either leaving their shift from the hospitals or going to work. Um, so gosh, guys, lift up their families, if you will. Pray for the families. If you see the news about this story, please lift up these families and the people in the Fort Worth area. We got hit hard. We were not prepared. They started salting the roads and getting things ready. But again, this is Texas. We don't get snow. Like if Florida got snow, would be kind of surprising, right? So yeah, the wreck was devastating. Good morning, Sylvia. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Good morning, Kelly. Love seeing all of the friends in the broadcast. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I have such a fun show planned for you today. I've got a very special guest who I am incredibly proud of and cannot wait to introduce to you. But as you know, every weekend, I like to educate you and bring your awareness to language. And so you're going to have two, count them, Hawaiian words for this week. Okay, so here we go. So as I said, the person that I'm going to have on my interview today, I'm extremely proud of. Well, in the Hawaiian culture, there are two words for the word proud. Can you imagine why? I'll give you just a few seconds while I have a sip, and you can sip and think about it. Oh, I'm telling you, if the Lord could be present in the form of a cup, it would be in a cup of coffee, I believe, or a cup of tea. Oh, Lord, we thank you for the warm goodness that is coffee. It fills our souls with warmth and caffeine to get ready for the day. But here are your Hawaiian words. So there's two words, like as I was saying, for the word proud. So your Hawaiian words of the week. The first one is the word proud, the good kind proud. You know, good kind. It's pronounced ha'aheo. Ha'aheo. When you are proud of something, like I am proud of this guest that I'm going to be introducing you to. I am proud of my kids when they do a great thing. I'm proud of myself when I complete things on my to-do list. I don't know if you guys can see here on there's my dry erase clipboard. I got one of the things checked off this week. Actually, that's like a 3-month sort of big picture planning thing that I'm doing. And so I'm proud of myself. I have ha'aheo when I accomplish things on my list that I'm trying to get done, when I'm proud of achieving a goal, when I'm proud of my friends achieving a goal, when I'm proud of authors that I work with on their books and get to see them come to fruition and they hold them in their hands. Ha'aheo. We have ha'aheo. Okay. But then there's the other kind proud. Okay. And that word, put it here on the screen for you. So that word is ho'okano. Ho'okano is the bad kind proud. You know, the kind that is like, if you're arrogant, you're full of yourself. We've heard of the proud boys, and there's a very bad connotation when we hear that. You know, this week has been grueling if you keep up with the news, as they are in the second impeachment trial, trying to determine if the actions of the president actually influenced and encouraged others to take bad actions and decisions. So ho'okano, you don't want to have ho'okano, but it's okay to have ha'aheo, which is the good kind proud. Okay. So, and Hone, let's see. Oh, you are ho'okano. Yes, cocky. Yes. You know, proud of yourself, thinking you're too good, you know, for everybody. That's not the good kind proud. Okay. Ha'aheo is the proud of something you've done, but it has an element of humility, right? So yes, Carol, coffee coffee and more coffee because there's just not enough coffee, right? So when you think about that and you think of those words, we know that we are encouraged in the Word of God to not be arrogant, that pride goes before a fall. That's a clear signal right there. You don't want ho'okano in your life, because if you have that, you are destined to fall or to fail, right? And so that's not a good thing. But ha'aheo, such a proud thing, such a proud thing. You are ha'aheo, you were able to do 1.5 minutes of jogging sessions during your exercise walk. With your asthma, jogging is not something that you can do, and cold weather makes your asthma worse. Your apartment complex has a nice gym that you use, and no more than 4 people at a time. Right. You know, I'm loving the restrictions that they have right now. Honestly, I got to tell you, I love that now when I go into the gym, there are machines available for me to work on, because they're only allowing so many people at a time. And I have ha'aheo about that. I don't say that with ho'okano in my heart. I say it with ha'aheo in my heart, right? And so, but that pride has allowed us to get into situations sometimes where we make bad decisions, right? People who are, a little ho'okano, they don't want to wear a mask. Is it too much to ask, being around sick people, or maybe immune compromised people, or just taking care of each other? We have kahea towards each other. We need to help, right? And so that's why it's so important for us to have the right kind of proud. You can be proud of your kids. You can be proud of your friends. You can be proud of yourself, right? But there is an element of humility that stays with it. And that's so important. So, all right, my guest, I'm waiting on, he's a busy man. I appreciate him taking time to even get with me on this interview. So he's let me know that he's going to be coming. He's going to be teaching dance classes today, and he has another appointment that he has to be at. So I'm making sure that I can have him on here. So you guys pop in, say hello. You love that language breaks the word into the good and the bad. Well, with the Hawaiian culture, Stephanie, and this is true of many languages, because with English is one of the hardest languages for people who are non-native to speak, because, and Hone, you can chime in on this and tell me if this is true. A lot of times in language, there's not a word in that culture that means that one specific thing. You know, English is a mixture of words from the Germanic roots, we have Latin roots, we have French roots. They're all encompassing in our English language. And yet in other languages, sometimes there's not one word that means one thing. The word aloha means many things, means love. It means hello. It means goodbye. It means I care for you. It means I will see you again. And depending on the context of the sentence, you will be able to understand what is being complied to being sent. So that's why it's so important when you understand the language of a culture, you understand the words, and understand the context of what's going on, so that you can communicate effectively, right? So that is your word for this week. Those are your words. Ha'aheo means proud, like in I am so proud of my guest, who you will be meeting here in a minute, because of the things he's accomplished. There is no ho'okano in him. And if there is, I'll make sure to deal with it. And those of us who love him will make sure to deal with it, because he is not that kind of a person. So the reason why I have my Nashville mug today is because I have a special friend. He's actually, I call him my other son. I love that because I've lived long enough to have kids who are students and kids who are just kids that I've known since they were kids. Some of them I'm diapered. I have not diapered my former guest. I will tell you that. We are praising God and thankful for that. But I have known this young man since he was 7 years old, and I've watched his story unfold in these years. And so, how many of you last weekend saw the Super Bowl? How many of you were watching the Super Bowl? Did you watch the Super Bowl? I'll tell you what part of the Super Bowl I loved the most. It was any part that did not have Tom Brady. I'm just going to pretend that Super Bowl didn't have. It doesn't count when he's always in it and he always wins. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. No, and I'm going to try not to have O'Connell in my heart. But, but the best time of the Super Bowl, guys, I don't know about you. Did you watch the halftime show? Now, I got to tell you, I remember Prince's show. There have been so many great Super Bowl shows, but this past Super Bowl weekend was phenomenal on so many levels, because in the midst of a pandemic, we were still able to have the Super Bowl. And I don't know about you, but I thought the show was tremendous. So last week, what was going on was I can't remember what I was doing, and all of a sudden I got a notification of a post that was made on Facebook by my other son. And it said, "I've been waiting so long to tell you this, but I am dancing at the halftime show." And I was like, what? What? Of course, my first thing, I was like, I wanted to get my phone and text him, but I can't text you because you're getting ready to dance. We were so ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. I ran it to Michael. Michael had the game on, and he was like, "Babe, come on up." And we watched it on the big screen, and so much joy. You watched some of it. You watched the halftime show, Sherry. Okay. So how many of you are even familiar with the Weeknd's music? Do you know him? His name is Abel Tesfaye. He is from Canada, and he's been around for a while. I was really surprised. I had someone post saying, I don't know any of these songs years old. And I was like, wait, how is that possible? You're younger than me. How is that possible that a little old lady like me can just be jamming away to the Weeknd's music? Well, so yes, my other son, in whom I am well pleased and so proud of, danced in the halftime show. So if you want to know about what happened, like I want to know about what happened at the halftime show, I am so proud and so honored to introduce to you my other son, William Harris. There he is.
Good morning.
Hello, my other son. Wait, why can't I see you on my screen? Where are you? Hey, folks, let me know if you can see him in the screen, because it's not showing me. Hold on, William.
No problem. There
he is.
There we go.
There we are. Hello, my other son.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You were not a sports fan, Stephanie, so you missed the whole thing. You meant to watch it. Let me tell you something, girlfriend. Look it up on YouTube. You don't want to miss it. So, hello, William. How are you doing, my buddy?
I'm doing well.
Well, so of course he's in the car, because I'm telling you, this young man is busy. If he's not dancing, he's teaching others how to dance. And so I'm so thankful that you made some time for me, William, to talk about this. I have so many questions for you. Look, there's Mama Lisa's on here. There she is. I love you, William.
I love you
yes,
too, Mama.
Congratulations. Miss Jamie is here as well. Look at there. All this love pouring in for you, William. I'm so proud of you. We're all proud of you. So, okay, I'm going to wire it back. I'm going to have just a little bit of a mom moment because I can. But I have to, where is it? I'm going to share a picture, and you're probably going to be like, oh, Miss Renee, really? But I met William and his incredible family when he was just, let's see if I can get it here in the stream. There we go. There it is. And so I met William, what were you, 6 maybe?
6 or 7.
6 or 7, and Kyle was 3?
Yeah, he 3 or 4, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Right, right. Oh, and look, here's Milo. Hi, Milo. So, yeah, so I met William's family because we all attended church together. We sang in the church choir. His mom and dad were in the church choir. And so William is just one of my other kids. He is. And he is so incredibly talented. Look at him. I love you. You know I love you. I had to show that picture, William. So I'm going to get that little mom moment out of the way.
Go for it.
But
Look, I'm
now
not
look at
mad.
you. Listen, but look at you now. You're in your 30s. You are
I know.
a successful dancer. I have been so honored to see you perform more than once. I've been able to see you live more than once, but to see you on screen, I've watched you dance at the Academy Awards. I've seen you be on James Corden's Crosswalk musicals. I've got some other pictures I'm going to pop up here in the screen. I know, aren't they a precious family? And Sarah's on here. Good morning, Sarah. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. We got William live. So, all right, son. First of all, I'm gonna wind it all back.
Mm-hmm.
When you posted that message, how long before did you know about this and you couldn't tell any of us, right?
I knew. Let's see. When did I get that call? I think I made a note. I think I got a call. It was on a Thursday. I know I got the job, but I'd known about the possibility maybe about 2 weeks because I had to submit a headshot and a reel. There was no audition. It was just sending your stuff, and so
And you sent in
thank
all your
God,
stuff.
I sent in
Yes,
my
you
stuff
did.
ASAP. That's
Yes,
one of
you
those things
did.
like you drop everything and you get that email and you're like, okay, got it. Let me make sure everything's
Yeah.
good. Send it in. Actually, I had to put together a new reel because I had have some better footage now, and so I had to go in and swap some things out at the last minute and figure it out.
Yes, yes. Let's talk about some of that good footage that you have. So I'm going to see, let's see here. I'm going to go through some of these photos, William, because again, when you talk about Hale, when you talk about how proud I am of some of the things that you've done here. So last year, you were able to dance at the CMA Country Music Christmas.
Yes.
Yep, there she is. There she is, Miss Trisha Yearwood. Look, there's William right there. Look at him right there in his wonderful red suit. And then let's see, there's another one here. What's another one I have here? I mean, you talk about updating your reel. I had to go through even your pictures and I was like, oh, there's that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's that one. Oh, yes. Here he is with Kristen Chenoweth. Could I just even be just a little bit jealous? Not really. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Yep.
Look, no,
There he
she's
is.
really funny. She was great to work with.
Really? I
She
bet.
was. But I
I
can say
bet.
that even though I haven't done Wicked yet, I've gotten to work with both Idina and Kristen.
Yes, you have been able to work with Idina and Kristen. And I know that there's a picture of you when you were with James Corden on where you were dancing on stage with Idina. So, the fact that you had all of this done, son, you were prepared. You had everything you needed to be able to pull this off. All right. So, questions about this event. First of all, Mama's been involved in the production side of things for many, many years. So when I saw that show, and of course, Nan working in with doing shows and stuff, to see the production end of this, William, that they were able to pull off having that many people in a stadium. What were the rehearsals like? I mean, how much time did you have to even rehearse with all those people?
Yeah, so with that, in a pandemic, how do you do this? There's at least 95 professional dancers. And so our first rehearsal was actually a Zoom rehearsal, believe it or not. We had
Wow.
a Zoom rehearsal for our first rehearsal.
Wow.
I've never done that in my life.
Zoom has been an interesting thing these last couple of years.
It
Wow.
really has.
Zoom.
I've been doing this for 14 years, and that was the first time I can say I've had a Zoom rehearsal.
Wow.
But you know what? That's what we had to do in order to make it happen and make the process a little easier because after we found out we were booked on the job, we had about a week or so before we left. And so in between that time, or when we left for Florida, excuse me, and in between that time, we had our first Zoom rehearsal just to help ease the process and learn some things so
Right.
that we could come to Florida with a good base and move forward. And my production assistant brain already understood that. So I was like, love it. I'm with it. And so from there, we got to Florida. We had our first day off and then for our travel day. And then that Monday, we had our first rehearsal and we were scheduled for at least a 12-hour day, and that included a fitting and rehearsal
Wow. 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 Yeah, but that
and
he's wearing
testing.
his.
Like we have to get tested every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, we had to get tested
No,
every
no.
day.
Wow.
So that was part of that schedule, part of that work schedule.
Wow. Wow. I was going to ask you that. So you were getting tested every day. So you were there for a solid week.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. Sherry says, nice hat, by the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Little flex.
Yes. Listen, you wear it proud. You have hell with that hat, son. You go right on ahead with that. So you were there for a solid week. Were all of your days long days like that?
For the most part, except for with the exception of maybe our last rehearsal day, we were there for 4 hours.
Okay. Okay. So 95 dancers, man, that is a huge thing to pull off. I can only imagine the direction that happened. Oh, one question I was going to ask you: were you in the Funhouse with Weekend? Were you in the Funhouse
No, I
Center?
was not in the Infinity Room. I wish, but the internet
No. Well,
loves the Infinity Room.
that was a cool thing, and I got to tell you, I loved that he sang all of my favorite songs. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was, the one song that he did that not many people are aware of, that he was nominated for an Academy Award for co-writing the song Earning It. And so, of course, it's from 50 Shades of Grey. So, people, unless they saw the movie, which I did not, but I'm always up on the Oscar awards. And that song is just so beautiful. So his range of being able to write is so varied. His
Mm-hmm.
audience so broad. So, okay, well, I did manage to grab one picture of William because I was like, where is he? Where is he? Do we know where he is? I was trying to find you. But there you are. You're right there next to the right of Weeknd. There's William right there, even though he had his mask on. And so, William, tell me a little bit about those masks. There's been a lot of controversy and people calling them, that looks like diapers or whatever. But there was a reason. Because Weeknd is a performance artist as well.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about that. And what was it like to have to dance with one of those on?
So with that, I can tell that he's been doing this character for quite some time within the last 6 to 8 months, probably a little bit longer than almost a year now, through
Mm-hmm.
the award seasons and the award season. And I don't know the full range of what it's, signifies, what it's representing. It could be just him kind of changing his style up, and maybe he's, just kind of creating a new persona, I guess, for lack of better phrasing.
Well,
Um,
I think I know I had read an article where he was talking about, the masks in the industry that we hide behind, right?
mm,
And then with the fact that we have to wear masks because of the pandemic. So I think he was making a bigger statement about
hmm
masks in general. And so I think it's amazing when an artist is able to incorporate an element like that so subtly. But I got to tell you, what was it like to have to dance with that on your face the whole time? I mean, it's tough. Y'all were out there on the field just moving and going, and I was jamming right along with you, but I did not have that on my face. So,
So to dance in that was interesting because we didn't know we were going to be doing that until maybe our first to last rehearsal, and then we got it. My first one did not fit my face.
oh,
The cutout was all the way up here because of my hair. I had it braided back, but it sat up here. So I had to go to production and get another one that would actually fit underneath my mask so that it would lay flat. Honestly, dancing in it wasn't too difficult. I mean, we already had a lot of challenges. Like we already had, in ears, and usually with an in ear pack, you do something around. You have a waistband, a waist pack, we had lanyards, and
Oh,
so
and
that
you had to wear
lanyard
those under your jackets, right?
under our jackets, and then the in ears and the mask and that on top of it. So it, it was a lot of parts, but at least this was strapped on, so this was secure. So I could
Right.
do anything. I could tumble in it if I wanted to, and it wasn't going anywhere. So that was the greatest part. They made sure that those were really secure. Uh, so I mean, it brought the character more to life. Honestly, at first I was like, "Well, there goes anybody being able to recognize me from
And
any of
yet,
the other guys."
maybe that was the bigger message of like, look at this group, this amazing force of people who are moving as one, who are beautifully choreographed. To, I mean, I was just, there was just so much going on that it was so beautiful to watch, and especially with the lights in your hands, how everybody was doing that.
I
So
love how you
wow,
caught that.
it was beautiful. That's why I was like, and you'll have to laugh because Michael said, how do you know these songs? The Music Man. He
You
knew
all,
one of them. He knew one of them, but I said, are you kidding? I love this song. This is one of my, I'm singing along. Um, it was such a joy to watch. It was such a joy to watch. How did it feel being on the field, William? You were at the Super Bowl. What was the collective vibe of everybody?
don't mess it up.
Right. Bring your A game.
This is a moment that's going down in history for more than one way, like for more than one reason, and it's an incredible feeling that I'm still feeling right now, and still trying to come down from the experience, because I've danced in stadiums full of people like that before, but there is just something about being on that field on Super Bowl Sunday that is just
I can only imagine.
indescribable. It is just an amazing feeling of butterflies and excitement and nerves, and trying to maintain balance and find focus and be in the moment, because that was my personal goal for myself, because I've done a lot of production work and I've been the assistant, so my brain works like that on every job. Even if I'm not the
Mm-hmm.
assistant or the choreographer, my brain works like that. And so I
Right.
really challenged myself to just focus and be really present in this moment. I actually have a couple of videos, like the first day of rehearsal, and I tried to do it every day. I didn't do it 2 days, but just dancing for gratitude to find myself, so I could, yeah, find myself and find my center,
Absolutely.
and be present in these rehearsals. And it was just the most amazing experience. So being on that field, it happened so quick. We'd done the rehearsal 1,000 times, but to
And
be
then,
on
yeah,
that field in that one moment, like I just remember laying on the grass and being like, "Oh my gosh, we
the
did it!"
adrenaline, the adrenaline that had to be pumping, because those moments, it's like they only come around once in a
Once
lifetime.
again,
And like I was saying before, you, son, you were prepared. You were prepared. You had your catalog of work that you were able to go through, update. When the call came, you were ready. You were ready. And so there's a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of memory, um, that for you for this field. Um, why else was this so important of you being there?
yeah. It's just how God works. So it's crazy. My mind is just blown. So the last photo that I have with my father before he passed away in 2009, is with my younger brother Kyle. He was a golfer, or is a golfer, excuse me, and he won a trip to Tampa. We went on these different excursions, and we got to go see was it a Pro Bowl game or a college? Either Pro Bowl or like College Bowl game
Right,
at
right.
that stadium. And so I have a picture with my dad, Kyle, and myself in front of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers boat. And so when I got that call, knowing that it was going to be in Tampa, it just made it extra special. Just like my dad was there. It was an amazing moment to have that feeling, knowing that throughout the week, even though as soon as we got in the stadium, it was like one of the first things I wanted to do. I was like, "Mom, I got to get a picture in front of it. I got to get it." Like, it was very important to me. And so it was just an amazing moment. I think that also kept me very level-headed, just like having that peace. And at one point it was hard not to get emotional, probably like I am right now.
I'm doing it right now, and we even talked beforehand because I said Mama's not going to cry on this interview, and yet, dang it, um, you know, and you know, because I'm married to Michael now, how God will just pull things out of your life that you had not thought about, not had no idea, and yet will bring it around at a time in your life where He's going to work some amazing things through you in that moment, and He wants you to experience it and relish in it and feel the joy in it and know that He's with you every step of the way. And so I'm just so, when you told me that, I was like, wow, okay. That's just Him confirming that He's got it. He's got it. And He's got you, son. And I'm so incredibly proud of you. I am so honored that I get to know you, that I get to see you chase your dream. And he's sitting in the car right now because I got to let him go pretty soon. He's got to go teach some classes and get some stuff done. But
We got dress rehearsal today.
You got dress rehearsal today. Well, son, listen, I'm so incredibly proud. You know, there's so many of us on this broadcast and others who are going to be watching this broadcast who are incredibly proud of you. I'm really appreciate your humility and your willingness to stretch yourself in these things. I mean, William has been to Beijing, China. He has been to Japan. This has taken you around the world. You've worked so hard. And so, yeah, Mama is super, super proud of you. But not only does William dance, and I wanted to plug this for you, son, but William has a website. So tell us a little bit, William, about the clothing that you make.
Yes.
That's another fun thing that I want folks to know about.
The funny thing is, I did not do this on purpose, I promise, but I happened to be wearing one of the pieces. So I just wanted to
Yes,
create
you
something that
are.
I felt like my artist friends, I have a lot of dancer friends, singers, dancers, musicians,
Right.
would just want to wear something different and still working on some things. So this is one of our early prototypes for the drip series. So I think I appreciate that.
Yes. So if you
I'm
go
glad I
in
can
your
share
Google,
it.
so in your Google search, if you type in "styled by William," it is styled by William. Is it .com? Let me see
Yes,
here.
ma'am. .com.
Yes, styledbywilliam.com. Mama's going to be looking at some of these because these are comfy clothes. And I'm telling you right now, what is selling the most? Comfy, fashionable clothes.
We want to be comfortable. And why not look good and be comfortable at the same time?
Right, exactly. So, folks, I'm going to be putting this link in the comment section here after the broadcast. I am going to also be sharing this. You guys, yes, Savannah, going to have to get me some of that. Yes, absolutely, Bear. Absolutely. So, not only are you dancing, you're chasing your dream, William, you're creating things that other people can enjoy. And I'm, again, William, Stephanie said, William, I'm going to be checking it out.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
So I will be sharing the link in the comments. I will be continually praying for you and sending my love. Next time I'm in town, we're going to try to get together for our little family dinner. We're going to go to Las Palmas and eat lots of queso and chips and Mexican food. I love you, son. You're incredible. Thank you so much for sharing this experience with us and letting us know what it was like on the other side of that. And again, just thanks for sharing your talent and your joy. Hope we can see more of you in the future doing more amazing things.
Yes.
All right.
I love you so much. Thank you for letting me share. This is the first time I've really been able to talk about it, at least to be able to start finding the words. So I really just appreciate the opportunity. And it's, just a blessing to be able to share and let people know a little bit of the background and what's going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely. I mean, because they don't, performers and artists, they do a special thing, and the work that is put in behind, like you said, just a moment, just a halftime show is a week worth of rehearsals.
When it's normally 3 months.
Wow. Well, son, you were able to keep a secret from mama really well. Yes, you were.
It was a hard secret to keep, I can say that.
Listen, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it, and I'm not mad at you. I'm proud of you, and we are all proud of you. So, yes, and there is your mama. There is your mama, Miss Carol, who is super proud of her son. I know she is, both her boys. And I am just proud to be along for the ride, too. So, William, go have a fantastic day teaching your kids. I'm going to get back to doing what I'm doing. And folks, thanks so much. Yeah, Savannah says, I love you, William.
I love you, Nan.
Yep. So thankful to have folks like this. So guys, again, share your stories. You never know what God is going to do with you. He will pull something out of you that you least expect and do some amazing things in your life. And if you want to tell your story, William, I thought about this, we could write a book about your life. We could write a book about yourself. There is so much to tell, son, but we'll have to talk about that on another day, right? All right, love you. Thanks, everybody, for being here live. It has been such a joy to have you here. I'll go ahead and let you go, William. Have a great day, son. Take care. So, guys, that's it. I mean, look at the incredible stories that are out there of people living their lives doing some amazing things. And God's got that for you too. You just never know. So I hope that you'll fill up your mug today with lots of awesomeness. Get out there and influence all the folks that are around you. There's great things to be done, guys. Get out there and do them, but don't do them in the snow. Maybe just do them in the other room or downstairs or with your kids or with your friends or your family. Have a hail. Be proud of what you are doing, especially in the midst of a pandemic, because we can do great things. Well, thank you so much for all of you being here in the live broadcast. It was such a pleasure to have you. Thanks so much, Stephanie. To all of the folks joining live, appreciate you. You can catch the replays on my YouTube channel. I'll put the link up here so that you can find that. And as Stephanie, she is watching this on the live broadcast. So you can watch all of my replays here on my YouTube channel. And if you want to tell your story, or if you just want to have a cup of coffee and chat one-on-one, let me know. You can drop me a note at roneharden.com/contact. Let me know how we can connect, how I can touch base with you, and maybe we can get your story shared with the world. And if you know some incredible guests that you think should be on my show, you think that I should talk to them, find out more about their story, what they're doing, let me know. I'd love to have them, because I would love to have more guests come on my show to share their stories. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. So if it is, drop me a note. Let me know. And until then, I'll see you next weekend, where we'll be sharing more fun stuff and meet more great people and share more great stories. All right. Take care. I'll see you next week.